I just got done modifying this custom cruiser exercise wheel. This is the one that had the offset axle, and I was curious to see how that would come out, and it was miserable. The sugar gliders didn't know what to make of it, and you know, they're running, they leap, and all of a sudden the floor is closer than they thought. It's in their face, so they crash land, and it's definitely not a healthy environment for them. So what I wanted to do was just re-drill the hole in center. I'll tell you, this thing was a pain in the butt to take apart. There's way too many parts on this thing. This is way too many. So what I've done is I've shrunk it down. The base was taller. The base was this much taller and this much longer for the feet. So I cut these three things off. That's a little more reasonable now. And aside from the parts I cut off here, these are the parts that I don't need. This big old thing, that's not needed. I think that was in there to maybe protect tails from the moving bearings. I'm not sure. This was inside of here, and this thing was attached to this inside of here, and the one of the two bearings was actually on this piece, and some other pieces. And this piece I'll probably put back on when I'm done. This is an end cap. It's not a bad idea. Of course, there's no need for the metal piece. You can use plastic piece. Just depends which is cheaper. So here's the magic. There are two, you can't even see it anymore because I have it all together. There are two roller skate bearings in there. You know, the ABEC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kind. There's one on this side of the T, and there's one on the other side of the T. And that's a standard PVC T, and the bearings tap right in there. I mean, they just go right in there. It's unbelievable. No modification. They just go right in there. And then you hold them together with a bolt. So with this design, I only have one bolt right there holding the whole axle onto the bearings. And it's real simple. And then you can see what I've done here. I took an end cap for a larger PVC piece, and I put that against the wheel and overlapping this, and you know, that all spins, and there's no way that a tail or a foot or anything can get in there. So this is basically the protector on the back side of the wheel. So while someone's running on it, if someone gets back here, there's just nothing going to happen. And now that the wheel is smaller, it's smooth, it'll fit into a cage. It's actually usable now, so I suspect it wouldn't take much to modify this concept to hang onto the cage wall, but that's not what I'm doing here. So to finish this, I need to shorten this so I can put a cap on the end, and I'm thinking about using a bolt instead of this carriage bolt. If I just have a bolt head on this side and a nut on this side, it's just so much easier to work with this thing. But so there is a modified custom cruiser. It's now usable, in my opinion, and these parts weren't necessary.